Well, like I foresaid, and like I said in the beginning, you cannot have a good conference. You can't have a good service. You can't have a good knockout, good drag out, shouting, speaking in tongues service without good music. You need good music. And the Greater Highway Deliverance Ministries, we are so fortunate to have some of the greatest musicians in the world. And guess what? They are here with us on this panel in our National Girlfriends Check-In. I know they're not girls, but listen, without them, us girls can't have a good conference. So would you help me welcome our musicians on this panel? We have Brother Rickley Mayfield. We have Brother Rick from South Carolina. He's one of our newest musicians. And listen, now he play like he's a part of New York. He's back. I don't know what happened to LeVar. And last but not least, we have Nikki Brown. Listen, let me tell you how I met Nikki. We met Nikki through Chris Bird. Chris Bird was supposed to be on. And Nikki came, she was one of Chris Bird artists. Nikki came with her sisters and tore our National Women's Conference up. Listen, that ballroom is all jacked up. Came and tore it up, tore it up. It will never be the same. So I asked Nikki to come on this panel and just chat with us, and just because she is so sweet. So to be as powerful, and her she's well known all over the world, and her sisters. So I asked her to be at this part of this panel. But before I get to Nikki, I have to get to my own. Rick, you're the original Rick Mayfield.
That's right. 26 years.
You 26. So I know you got some stuff.
26 consecutive years. I haven't missed yet.
Did you say consistent? Consistent and consecutive?
Consistent and consecutive.
My God. So listen, I know I don't want to hold you long. I don't want to hold you guys long. So I just want you to give me maybe one or two memorable moments that you can think of during the choir singing, maybe when the band was playing, or during praise and worship, something that you could remember during when you was playing music or part of the band for a women's conference.
Well, I have two. The first one, which has absolutely nothing to do with music, would be simply a year that Evelyn Turnquist was preaching.
Wow.
And on this particular night, she had the audacity and the unmitigated gall to lay hands on Bishop Liston Page Sr.
on the presider.
and on White Night, and he was dressed in his white suit.
That White Night, and White Night, that's the night we in all our splendor.
White Night was it. You wanted to make it to White Night. And on that night, he had literally, once she touched him, he hit the floor. And I never knew anyone in the world to have that level of anointing and prestige that you could shake Liston Page Sr. to the point that he's on the ground and having to be picked up. That's number one. Now, my second is probably the most unfavorable, but it showed our resilience, our strength, and our flexibility. We were in Atlanta one year, and we were in a particular hotel. I won't name it because y'all might like staying there as much as I do. And for Wednesday and Thursday, we were in one ballroom. On Friday morning, we got the notice that we had to go from one ballroom to the next ballroom because they had a live auction going on. So we said, no problem. We all the musicians we actually came in and moved equipment from one room to the next room. And do you not know, in that meeting, during the musical part, the people who were being auctioned left the auctioneer and came into the sanctuary we were at and just sat and enjoyed because the music gravitated them, but the word got them saved.
Wow. That's amazing. That's sad that I didn't remember. See, because my mind be in church too much. Once I walk in that door, I'm in church. I don't zone out. I got to do better. I got to do better.
Those are things I'll never forget. Well, listen, I know this is the girls' chat, so
Thank
I just wanted to come in and
Thank
pop in, give my little piece. So I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have an amazing time. Listen, the women's conference is not just for women. Men register because we enjoy it sometimes more than them. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you men and all of you women at our virtual conference. And guess what? I'm registering. Registration is open. I'm registering right now this second. Go with grace always. I love you, and I'll see y'all in March.
Thank you, Brother Rick. As he forestated, registration is now open. You can register at ghdministries.org. Again, ghdministries.org. Get there. Go on that website and register. They have some amazing items in those packages that you really don't want to miss. Register. I know we have to move on. This is so amazing. I'm just ecstatic. So, Brother Ricky, tell me one of your most memorable. You're my new baby. You're the newest. And when you first came in, I know you was like, what in the world? Because I know we could be rough. You didn't have to say it. I know we could be rough. But now you have gotten, you have grown, you have gotten used to us. Give me a most memorable moment that you can think of during our women's conference.
Well, first of all, I want to start off by saying I always enjoyed the women's conference. There hasn't been a time where I didn't have a good time. A memory that sticks out for me is when I think the last one I was in Myrtle Beach, I believe. Y'all had some type of banquet and had an award show. I believe that's what it was, and just to see everybody celebrating one another, that really stuck out to me, and it was just very nice and wonderfully done.
Nice, thank you. I see. You know what? Sometimes we so much goes on throughout the day of women's conference. I forget these highlights. I'm so glad that you came on because I forgot about that. Because Myrtle Beach, I love water, so that's when I think of that. But I'm glad you brought that also to the platform because once you're in, that's something that I love about women's conference. Also, it is something to do every day, all day. When you go, we start about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe earlier 6. So we're up all day, but there is always something interesting and something wonderful to do. And I really appreciate you taking this time to come on this platform and share your memorable moment. I appreciate you. Thank you. Would you Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? Come on, let's celebrate and thank Brother Ricky for being a part of this great panel. Thank you. Love you. Tell LeVar said hi. Last but not least, Nikki.
Hey man, how are you?
Let me find out. Is that Brother Chris Bird up on this place?
With a mask on. The masked singer. He's the masked singer.
Listen, had I known he was coming on, I would have put mine on too.
I'm in the studio.
Are you on the studio?
I didn't know we was gonna be live.
We're not going to be long. Nikki got on, and Chris, I really wanted to thank you also because through you we met Nikki, and I kept a relationship with her. She, a lot of times I meet so many artists, and they're one way on the stage, and then a different way when they come off the stage. But what stood out about Nikki and her sisters, they were just as nice off of the stage as they were on the stage.
Nice and crazy. I said for you. And loud.
So for those that I'm telling you now, I met Nikki and her sisters through Chris Bird. Listen, Chris Bird, for those of you who don't know, he is a artist, a national artist, worldwide, world renowned.
Yes.
Chris. But again, most of the time, my mother used to always say, the people you hang around, most of the times you're like-minded. And Chris is such a nice guy.
Yes.
So I can understand why Nikki and her sisters are the same. But the question that I wanted to ask you, Chris Bird, as well as Nikki, just give me one or two memorable moments that you can think of when you came to our women's conference that you'll always keep in your memories or keep in your mind.
I'm gonna get Chris. I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, oh, listen, I didn't even ask. Chris, I'm gonna go on in.
Okay.
To me, Bishop Liston Page, and to see him,
You gonna take mine.
I've heard.
You gonna take my moment.
Okay, I ain't gonna linger, but it's that was it, where it was like, and the humility, just how humble and and powerful. And to meet him, I've seen him on, on TV, and to see him in person, that blessed my life. And I remember also on the music side of things, that just how the whole conference, the whole church, the whole conference room we had was praising and worshiping God, because sometimes you don't get that. You get the preacher standing with folded arms. You get the musician or the singer, they don't clap until they're up. But I would never forget how much we had some show enough church.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, praise and worship was amazing. The word went forth, and it was just so life-giving and life-changing. So I will never forget. I will never forget the conference.
Wow. Thank
you.
you.
Chris, I left something for you.
Yeah, you did. Thank you for that. Because I thought you was getting ready to take my memorable moment when you mentioned Bishop.
Well, when you came in, I had to go and park. Wait a minute, let me say this. And this is the first time I heard your song, Chris. Make me want to sing, make me want to shout, make me want to holler. Ooh, I was doing my Millie.
What? That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we did that song, because that was, we had just released that song. When we did that song, and we were doing it while we were singing it, my memorable moment was, as we were singing it, I looked over and I saw Bishop Page and Mother Page with their hands up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was my most memorable moment. That was great.
And it's
on his feet with his hands up.
That's right.
Like, okay.
That's right. And when we sing it now in New York, it's still the same. Throw up my what? Who knew that was gonna be like this? That's the national hit right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the anthem.
Makes me want to scream, makes me want to holler. And you know what I like about that song? It reaches every age. The baby.
Yeah.
No, you know how these kids do now. Throw up my So that was amazing. Was that the year that you wrote that song, Chris?
I would say the year that we released it.
Wow.
Because a lot of songs I write them and we be singing them before, sometimes years before. But that one, I think it was maybe a year or so before we released it.
Amazing.
And another year after that, that's when Byron Cage recorded it and released it.
I know. When I heard him singing, I kept playing. I said, wait a minute here. You know what, Chris? I should have went into that recording studio with him. So I could get my little duggets, to get my little money. But it was amazing. We are so proud of Chris Bird and just the relationship that we have, that the Greater Highway Deliverance Ministries have with you. Thank you for your humility. Thank you for all of the songs that you have written and for the patience to come in and teach the praise team. I'm so grateful for the time, each conference that we spent together. And thank you, Nikki, for coming in on this Girlfriend's Check-In and being a part of this panel. I appreciate you, and I love both of you all.
Thank you so much, because and that was another member of when you were on that organ, because by me being a female musician, it's like to see other female musicians and anointed and appointed for such a time as this. And girl, you were cranking and I was shouting. I was shouting and you was cranking.
When you got on that, what was that thing you was playing?
It's called a steel guitar.
When you got on that steel guitar and did that female Prince, I was done. done. I said, done. Put the sheets on me. I said, no, she not coming in here and do no female, no gospel Prince.
Yes.
But I gotta say this. I don't want to hold up time, but I want to say to my brother Chris, This year marks 20 years since Nikki D and the Browns. We've been singing over 40 years, but Nikki D and the Browns was birthed. Chris Bird, he nurtured us. He got us our first CD. And so under the name, we used to go by the name Brown Family Singers. And so this year celebrates our 20th year as Nikki D and the Browns. Thank you, Chris. I love you, brother.
Wow.
But believe it in us.
All right, 20 years. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm glad to be a part of that legacy and history.
Amen. Let's go.
Yes. That's great. That's great. Listen, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, let's celebrate and thank God for these two great artists, Dr. Chris Bird, Nikki Brown. Come on, show them some love. Thank you so much. And I appreciate both of you. Thank you.
All right.
All right. God bless.
Hey ladies, didn't you enjoy that girlfriend's chat? Aha! Yes, I did. And we are so glad that you tuned in to be with us another Saturday. But don't touch that dial. We want you to remember you are still able to register for the virtual conference. Did you know it was like less than 30 days away? Hey, you need the website? Here it is. Log on to www.ghdministries.org. We don't want you to miss it. There's a special surprise coming for you. Check you out later. Toodles.